Determining Dragon Ball's strongest characters can get really confusing sometimes. I mean, just ask any Dragon Ball fan who'd win between Kid Buu and Super Buu. However, today I'm going to be going through the franchise trying to determine the top 5 strongest characters in each saga. For some of these sagas, mostly Dragon Ball Z and Super, I will include 2 different rankings. One will be the regular ranking with the 5 characters, and one will be the more realistic, in-depth ranking where it can include more than one version of a character. Think Goku in Ultra Instinct form taking the top spot, with his Super Saiyan Blue version right behind. So with that being said, let's determine the 5 strongest characters in every saga. Dragon Ball series debuts with the Pilaf Saga, introducing us to a colorful cast of characters whose true strengths are often shrouded in mystery. This initial arc presents a unique challenge engaging power levels as direct combat is sparse, and I had to rely heavily on dialogue and character interactions to piece together the hierarchy of strength. Master Roshi undeniably stands at the pinnacle, his centuries of martial arts mastery elevating him far above the rest. Though we don't witness the full extent of his abilities, his reputation as the Turtle Hermit and creator of the Kamehameha speaks volumes. Right behind him is Goku, whose extraordinary strength and fighting instinct hint at his untapped potential. The Ox King claims a respectable position in this power ranking, his past training under Roshi suggesting formidable abilities. Yamcha follows, showcasing decent skills, but ultimately falling short against a well-fed Goku. Emperor Pilaf rounds out the main players. As for the in-depth version, I have Great Ape Goku at 1, with Roshi's buff form next. Following them is Roshi's base form, then Goku, and lastly, the Ox King. The 21st World Martial Arts Tournament marks a significant milestone in the Dragon Ball series, showcasing the first organized display of martial arts prowess among our key characters. This provides a more concrete basis for assessing the fighters' abilities, as we witness direct confrontations and can gauge their skills more accurately. Master Roshi, under the alias Jackie Chun, reigns supreme in this tournament. His victory over Goku in the final match cements his position at the top, though the narrow margin of his win hints at Goku's rapidly growing strength. Goku claims the second spot, his performance throughout the tournament demonstrating remarkable growth since the Pilaf Saga. Krillin secures the 3rd position, with Nam taking the 4th. Finally, Yamcha rounds out the top 5. As for the in-depth version, I would say Great Ape Goku and Buff Roshi both at 1 and 2 again. Following them is Base Roshi, Goku, then Krillin. Now, we get to the Red Ribbon Army Saga, and for the rankings, Goku undeniably claims the top spot in this saga. His training with Korin proves transformative, dramatically boosting his speed, strength, and overall fighting capability. Mercenary Tao, or Tao Pai Pai, emerges as the 2nd strongest character in this saga. Korin himself deserves mention, though his full capabilities remain somewhat mysterious. As Goku's teacher during this arc, his wisdom and the challenging nature of his training suggest considerable power, even if we don't see him in direct combat. General Blue ranks next, then finally Android 8. His strength is considerable, though his pacifist nature often prevents him from utilizing his full potential in combat situations. The short Fortune Teller Baba arc showcases the gang going up against a few enemies in a mini-tournament. I would say the 5 strongest are Master Roshi, who retains his position at the top of the hierarchy in this arc. While he doesn't directly participate in the fights, his status as Gohan's former teacher implies a level of skill and power that surpasses even his accomplished student. Grandpa Gohan claims the 2nd spot, with Goku right behind him. Lastly, Devilman and the Mummy round out the top 5, their positions in Baba's lineup suggesting a deliberate escalation of difficulty. Also, like and subscribe if you're enjoying so far. The 22nd World Martial Arts Tournament marks a pivotal moment in the Dragon Ball series, showcasing the rapid growth of our young heroes and introducing formidable new villains. Again, Master Roshi is at the top. Tien's observation about Roshi holding back during their match reveals the depth of the old master's power and wisdom, and the reason for Roshi's defeat was a forfeit on his part to entrust the job of beating Goku to Tien, while also planting seeds in his head to turn him to the right path. Tien claims the 2nd spot, however, not by much. Goku honestly could have won that tournament if it wasn't for that car. Goku secures the 3rd position, his performance throughout the tournament showcasing remarkable growth since the previous saga. Krillin takes the 4th spot, with Yamcha coming in 5th. His skills notably improved, but still not quite at the level of his peers. His defeat at Tien's hands, while showcasing his growth, also highlights the gap that remains between him and the tournament's top contenders. The King Piccolo saga marks a dramatic shift in the Dragon Ball series, elevating the stakes and introducing a threat of unprecedented scale. Goku, driven by tragedy and fueled by revenge, claims the top spot for the first time. His growth is meteoric, culminating in his climactic battle with King Piccolo. King Piccolo secures the 2nd position, his emergence sending shockwaves through the world of Dragon Ball. His ability to easily dispatch some of the strongest fighters we've encountered underscores the magnitude of Goku's achievement in defeating him. The 3rd and 4th positions are kinda contentious, with strong arguments for both Master Roshi and Tien Shinhan. Roshi's willingness to sacrifice himself using the evil containment wave speaks to his desperation to take Piccolo down. However, Tien's survival after attempting the same technique does suggest he may have surpassed him. For the sake of this ranking, I'll place Roshi 3rd, acknowledging his vast experience and hidden reserves of power, but it could be close. Tien takes the 4th spot, with Yamcha rounding out the top 5, his position secured more by the unfortunate fate of Krillin. The 23rd World Martial Arts Tournament saga serves as a thrilling conclusion to the original Dragon Ball series, showcasing the culmination of our hero's growth and setting the stage for the adventures to come in Dragon Ball Z. Goku undeniably claims the top spot in this saga's power ranking. His 3 years of intense training with Kami have elevated his abilities to new heights. Evident in his masterful performance throughout the tournament, Piccolo Jr. secures the 2nd position, emerging as a formidable threat that pushes Goku to his limits. Kami takes the 3rd spot. His role as Goku's mentor and his status as the good half of the original Piccolo indicating immense power. Tien claims the 4th position, with Krillin rounding out the top 5. The Saiyan Saga pits the Z fighters against 2 powerful Saiyans, making it one of the more straightforward arcs to analyze in terms of power scaling. In my assessment, the 5 strongest characters are Vegeta, Goku, Nappa, Piccolo, and Gohan in that order. Gohan's placement might be debatable, but I believe his strength grows significantly throughout the saga, boosted by several moments of rage-induced power increases. This growth justifies ranking him above the other Z fighters, in my opinion. However, if we factor in transformations like the Great Ape form and the Kaioken technique, the power ranking shifts quite a bit. Great Ape Vegeta would be the strongest, followed by Goku using Kaioken times 4, then Goku with Kaioken times 3, full power Vegeta, and lastly, Great Ape Gohan. The Great Ape transformation provides a 10 times increase in power, making Vegeta the strongest character in this arc. Gohan's power level before transformation is debated, with estimates ranging from the low thousands to the upper 2000s. Given Gohan's exhaustion and injuries before transforming, a power level closer to the low thousands seems more plausible. This is supported by the fact that a severely fatigued Vegeta held his own against Great Ape Gohan, suggesting their power levels weren't too far apart. The Frieza Saga presents several strong foes throughout the saga for our heroes to face. In my opinion, the 5 strongest characters are Goku, Frieza, Vegeta, Piccolo, and Gohan. However, going more in depth with the rankings, the list could look like this. At the pinnacle stands Goku in his Super Saiyan form, a transformation that revolutionizes the series. Following is Frieza at full power, showcasing the tyrant's true might. Frieza's final form is next, and the 4th spot goes to Goku upon his initial arrival to confront Frieza. And rounding out the top 5 is Vegeta after receiving his final Zenkai boost, a power increase Saiyans experience after recovering from near-fatal injuries. This saga marks a turning point in Dragon Ball Z's power scaling, introducing transformations that exponentially increase characters' strengths and setting the stage for even more dramatic power leaps in future arcs. Next is the Cell Saga, and I think this one could be a bit controversial. In my opinion, Super Saiyan 2 Gohan claims the top spot, followed by Cell, with Goku and the Cell Juniors potentially tied, and Vegeta rounding out the top 5. When considering transformations and power-ups, the hierarchy shifts slightly. Super Saiyan 2 Gohan remains at the pinnacle, followed by Cell after his power boost, Perfect Form Cell, the Cell Juniors, and finally Goku. Some argue that Cell surpasses Gohan after his return, but I've always disagreed with this. Gohan never seemed to be trying his hardest against Cell, suggesting we never witnessed his full potential. When Cell returned and threatened Vegeta, Gohan's primary concern was saving his ally. He likely underestimated Cell's power increase, catching him off guard rather than him being outmatched. But in a real fight, I think Gohan would have still won. As for the Cell Juniors, they're supposed to be as strong as Cell, but that doesn't seem right to me. They're probably more like a weaker version of Cell, maybe about as strong as Goku at full power. Gohan took them out pretty easily, while Cell still thought he could beat Gohan. This tells me the Cell Juniors aren't as tough as the real Cell. For the Buu Saga, if we're just using one form of Buu, I'd rank the top 5 strongest like this: Vegito, Super Buu, specifically Buuhan, Gohan, Gotenks, and then Goku. But if we include more Buu forms and go into more detail, it'd look more like this: Super Saiyan Vegito, base form Vegito, Buuhan, Bootanks, and then Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. Vegito takes the top spot easily. He's the fusion of Goku and Vegeta, so it makes sense he'd be the strongest. Even his base form is crazy powerful. Super Buu, especially after he absorbs Gohan, becoming Buuhan, is incredibly strong. He's a big step up from the other forms of Buu we've seen. Gohan, after getting his power unlocked by the Elder Kai, is way stronger than before. He's able to beat Super Buu for a while, which is pretty impressive. Gotenks, the fusion of Goten and Trunks, is next. His Super Saiyan 3 form is strong enough to give Buu trouble, but he can't keep it up for long. Goku rounds out the top 5. He's still super strong, but this saga shows that he's been surpassed by some of the newer fusions and power-ups. Buu Saga really shows how fusions and absorptions can create massive power jumps, making it clearer who's on top. Now, we're getting into Dragon Ball Super territory. For Battle of Gods and Resurrection F, I'm mostly going off the movies. In Battle of Gods, Beerus and Goku are clearly way ahead of everyone else. Then it's Vegeta, Gohan, and Gotenks. I put Gohan in third because I think Goku is stronger than him at this point. Knowing Gohan, he probably hasn't been training much since the Buu Saga, especially now that he's starting a family with Videl. But Goku, you know he's been training non-stop. Then when Beerus hits Bulma, Vegeta gets super angry and becomes even stronger than Goku for a bit. That's why I ranked them this way. If we break it down more, it'd go like this: Beerus at the top, then Super Saiyan God Goku, Angry Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and finally Gohan. It's pretty much the same, just swap out Gotenks for Super Saiyan 3 Goku. For Resurrection F, and just to make things clear again, I'm talking about the movie version. I've got Frieza at the top, then Goku and Vegeta tied for second, followed by Gohan and Piccolo. The movie makes it pretty clear that Golden Frieza is stronger than everyone else at first, but because he rushed into using his new form without mastering it, it drained his energy fast. That's how Goku and Vegeta were able to turn things around. If we break it down more, it goes like this: Golden Frieza at full power is number 1, then Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta are tied for second. After that, it's Goku and Vegeta again, but in their base forms, or what fans used to call Saiyan Beyond God. The Universe 6 saga was a bit tricky to rank for me due to some of the Universe 6 characters having certain weird gimmicks to them. I'm looking at you, Magetta and Botamo. After thinking it over for a while, here's how I see the basic power ranking. Hits at the top, then Goku and Vegeta neck and neck, followed by Kaba and Magetta rounding out the top 5. For the in-depth version, I would go Goku Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken this time. Right behind him is Hit, then we've got Vegeta and Goku in their regular Super Saiyan Blue forms, tied for 3rd and 4th. For the 5th spot, you could put either Vegeta or Goku in their regular Super Saiyan forms. They're pretty much even at this point. The big shakeup here is Goku's Kaioken trick. It's wild how he combined it with Super Saiyan Blue, something we didn't even think was possible before. This move puts him ahead of Hit, but only for a short time since it's super hard on his body. The Goku Black Saga is another very tricky one because of the absurd power scaling in this arc. For the basic rundown, I've got Vegito sitting pretty at the top, then Fused Zamasu, Goku Black, and Goku and Vegeta bringing up the rear. For the more in-depth version, I have Vegito Blue still on top. Right behind is Fused Zamasu, then Vegito in his base form, Trunks with his Super Saiyan Rage form, and that Spirit Bomb sword thing. And lastly, Goku pulling out his Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not 100% sure about these rankings. This saga throws so many curveballs, it's hard to keep track. If you've got a different ranking, then let me know. One thing I will say though, that Zamasu, who spreads across multiple universes or timelines, I don't think he's actually stronger than the regular fused Zamasu. Sure, he's immortal, but his body got wrecked, so his energy just kind of spread out everywhere. Let's break down the Tournament of Power Saga, where things get seriously intense. In the basic lineup, we've got Ultra Instinct Goku leading the pack. Jiren's right on his heels though. Then we've got Vegeta, Toppo, and Kefla rounding out the top 5. For the more in-depth version, we have Ultra Instinct Goku is still the strongest. Right behind him is Jiren at full power. You know, when he gets all fired up and starts glowing red. Regular Jiren takes the 3rd spot, which shows you just how strong this dude is, even when he's not going all out. The 4th spot goes to Ultra Instinct Saiyan Goku. For the 5th spot, it's a real toss-up between Goku's Super Saiyan Blue with Kaioken and Vegeta's shiny new Blue Evolution form. I think the Blue Evolution form was made to get Vegeta on the same level as Goku when he's stacking his Kaioken form on top of Blue, so you can put either in this spot. Now for the Broly movie. For the ranking, we've got Gogeta at the top, no surprises there, followed by Broly, Goku, Vegeta, and Frieza. As for the detailed breakdown, Gogeta Blue is sitting at number 1. This fusion is just ridiculous. Right behind is Broly in his Super Saiyan full power form. Then we've got Gogeta as a regular Super Saiyan, which is still insanely powerful. Broly's basic Super Saiyan form takes the 4th spot, and Gogeta's base form rounds out the top 5. Now, if you've seen the movie, it's pretty clear that Gogeta's got the edge over Broly by a wide margin. As soon as Gogeta went blue, it was just over for Broly. As for Goku and Vegeta, I think Goku's pulled ahead of Vegeta this time around. When they're fighting Broly, Goku seems to be handling things a bit better. Don't get me wrong, they're both crazy strong, but Goku's got a slight edge in their blue forms. And yeah, Frieza's at the bottom of our top 5. Next, let's dive into the superhero movie. This one's a real game changer, especially for some characters we haven't seen in the spotlight for a while. As for the rankings, we've got Gohan leading the pack, with Cell Max next. Piccolo's in the 3rd spot, followed by the Gamma Twins, rounding out our top 5. Now, for the more in-depth version, we have Gohan Beast at 1, of course. Right behind is Cell Max. 3rd place goes to Orange Piccolo. Next spot goes to Ultimate Gohan. For the 5th spot, take your pick of the Gamma Twins. For me, I do think Orange Piccolo is stronger than Ultimate Gohan due to him one-shotting one of the Gammas. And now, going through all these sagas and ranking the strongest, here's my prediction on the top 5 strongest at the end of Z. I think the ranking will be like this. Goku number 1, with Vegeta number 2. Now, hot take, but I have Oob, then Gohan, and finally Piccolo. The fact that Gohan isn't fighting and is wearing a regular fit just screams he hasn't been training again. However, with Super likely redoing this ending, and with Superhero taking place 1 year before the ending of Z, I think Gohan and Piccolo are going to play major roles in putting down Black Frieza. However, I do still think Goku and Vegeta will still be the biggest contributors in the fight, so for my ranking for the possible new ending will look like this. Goku at 1, then Gohan. Following them is Vegeta, then Piccolo, and lastly Oob, who has crazy potential. Oob will be crazy strong due to him fighting pretty well with Goku, who will be extremely overpowered by the end of Z. Now, after breaking down all these power rankings, which took a long time by the way, so if you enjoyed it, like and subscribe. It got me thinking about how each saga affected our Z fighters differently. If you're curious about which arcs were game changers for Goku, Vegeta, and the gang, and which ones left them in the dust, check out my video on the Z fighters' best and worst sagas. See you there.